Kia ora, my name is Jason Nicholls and I am one of the researchers involved in the Ready to Roll survey. Thanks for taking the time to watch this video and learn more about our study. The project has been inspired by stories from people with disabilities during and after the Canterbury earthquakes, and it was particularly reports of help being slow to arrive and a lack of a coordinated response system for people with disabilities that prompted researchers from the University of Otago and the Academy of Independent Living to start looking at how prepared for emergencies people with disabilities in New Zealand are, and also what systems New Zealand has in place to help planners and responders to meet the specific needs of people with disabilities in emergency situations. One of the recommendations to have emerged from our preliminary investigations was to develop a voluntary database so that emergency responders would know where people are and how to contact them if the need arises. Part of this survey asks questions about your opinion of a disabled person's emergency response register, and that's quite a mouthful, so I'm just going to call that the register from now on. The idea for a register of this kind has come from suggestions made by some disabled people after their experiences in the Canterbury earthquakes. Registers of this sort are also used at a local level in some overseas countries, but as far as we can find, there isn't a national register of this sort used anywhere in the world. Examples that do exist, and which are likely to be used in New Zealand if it goes ahead, use an internet-based database coupled with a geographical mapping system that can locate individuals on a map. This is similar to an address pin on Google Maps. The idea is that people enter their information on the register before an emergency occurs. This can help planners firstly to identify what sort of facilities or training might need to be catered for in particular areas, and secondly, during an emergency, the information can be used to get help to the people who are more likely to need it. Technology such as internet, smartphone apps and text messaging can also be used to help improve the planning for and response to people with disabilities in emergencies. But before anybody starts looking at how to put a system together, we need to get an accurate picture of what people with disabilities themselves have already done to get ready for an emergency, what they think of a register, and what type of technology they are using. That's why this survey has been developed. So, thanks for showing interest in this study. We encourage you to either watch the rest of this video, in which I will attempt to answer some of the most commonly asked questions. Alternatively, you can read that information on an information sheet which is posted on the Academy of Independent Living website. Please feel free to talk with others before deciding whether or not to take part, and remember that participation is entirely voluntary. Whether or not you take part will not affect the care or assistance that you receive in the future. This study is being undertaken by the University of Otago and the Academy of Independent Living. The research team itself consists of myself and 2 supervisors. I am a physiotherapist with over 20 years experience, and most of that has involved working with people with disabilities. I'm completing this study as part of a Master of Health Sciences degree. My supervisors for the project are shown on screen. They are Dr. Jennifer Dunn and Dr. Deborah Snell. In addition, the development of this project has been assisted by the Academy of Independent Living End User Consultation Committee and Mary Hibbs of HEI Mahi Limited. Funding support for this project has been provided by the organisations that you can see on the screen. They include the Christchurch Rotary Club, Canterbury Community Trust, Canterbury Orthopaedic Services, and the Ministry of Social Development through the Canterbury Community Support Fund. We are looking for approximately 400 participants who are 18 years or older, use a wheelchair for half the time or more, and live anywhere in New Zealand except in a residential care facility such as a rest home. If this is you, then we want to know your honest opinions, even if you have not made any plans for emergencies, do not like the idea of a register, or don't think you would use it. You will only be asked to complete the survey. The researchers will not seek any further input from you or contact you again in relation to this study. You can complete the form online by following the link on the Burwood Academy of Independent Living website, or if you would like to complete a paper version of the questionnaire, just send your contact details to one of the research team. The details are also on the Burwood Academy of Independent Living website. If you do this, a copy of the questionnaire along with a stamped self-addressed envelope will be sent to you. It will take approximately 10 minutes for you to complete the survey, and if you don't want to answer any particular question, you can move straight on to the next one. This survey contains some general questions about you. What, if any, plans you've made for emergencies? What you think about the concept of a register as I've described it to you, and the general types of technology you're using at the moment. All of the responses will be collated and analysed only by the research team. No information that could personally identify you will be collected or used in any reports about this study. The data collected will be securely stored in such a way that only the research team mentioned above will be able to gain access to it. If you agree to participate, you will be redirected to the SurveyMonkey website that is specific to this survey. The way this is set up means we will not collect email addresses or other personally identifiable information. IP addresses are recorded, but no attempt will be made to link this to any individual. You will be able to obtain a copy of the results at the end of the study if you wish by contacting one of the research team. However, please note that there will be a delay between your participation in the study and receiving these results, as it will take time to collect and analyse the data. All information collected for this study will be anonymous. The survey does not contain any questions that will identify you personally. You can stop at any time, but you will not be able to withdraw from the project once you have completed the questionnaire. Because all responses are anonymous, once you've submitted those responses, there's no way for us to identify them in order to withdraw them. It is possible that the questionnaire could bring up some feelings of anxiety or distress, especially if you have been through a traumatic emergency event. If this happens and you need some help to cope as a result of issues raised in this study, you can contact a member of the research team who will help you to identify an appropriate support person in your local area. If you have any questions now or in the future, please feel free to contact myself, Jen or Debbie using the contact details listed on the Burwood Academy of Independent Living website. So, if you feel happy with the information that you've received and would like to participate in the study,
That's fantastic, and a huge thank you from our team. You can do this now or later by following the links available on the Burwood Academy of Independent Living website. You don't need any logins or passwords to complete the survey. If you decide not to take part from this point, thanks for showing interest in our survey, and we thank you anyway. Thanks also for watching this video.